Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my page. My name is Terry, and I run two Instagram pages, Valley Yoda, as well as Auto Valley Explorers. Auto Valley Explorers is just a page that my buddy Jeff and I had thought up one day when we were out exploring all over the Ottawa Valley here in Canada. So mostly anything that's on there is just scenery shots and stuff like that to document our adventures through the Ottawa Valley. Most recently, most of my information is on Valley Yoda, but I also have a YouTube page, Woodsy, I can't remember, it's Woodsy something. I will figure it out. But anyway, that page, yeah, I've been uploading exploring videos and all that stuff from our adventures, no matter where we go. Not much on install videos and stuff like that. So today, this video here is just to fill you guys in on where I am at with my upper control arms. So I've been back and forth for the last week or so with the customer service rep at SPC about getting the bushings in my SPC upper control arms replaced. So the upper control arms that are on my truck, I bought them in December of 2021 from a Amazon company. Like anything else you need on Amazon when you live, out in the middle of nowhere, you just go on, you find a great price and you buy it. And so the SPC upper control arms do indeed come with a really solid warranty, but there's a caveat to that warranty. If you want to warranty your product, you have to find apparently a vendor that is a certified vendor from SPC. So over the last week or so, I have jacked up my truck twice, taken the wheels off, gotten the videos, the films, the pictures, everything that SPC has asked for to confirm that it was their product and what was the issue. So the initial thing was, the issue was the spacers on the driver's side that they supply you with. Their little washers, and I guess there's a conical shape on one side. They want those facing inward towards the rods. Well, oops, I must have missed that in December when it was -8 and I was trying to fix my truck. So it wasn't on the right side. Luckily enough, I guess we must have had a brain fart when we did the driver's side, but the passenger side, they were sitting right. So I got the wheels off again, sent the footage to SPC, pulling on the upright there on my suspension component and showing that the suspension was indeed knocking. So they got that information, they got the ball joint serial numbers and all that stuff. So after they had all that stuff, they seemed to be happy. Then they responded with, can you send us the invoice again? So I sent them the invoice again. The invoice, after they received it, they responded back with, we're sorry, we can't warranty these parts. You need to reach back to whoever supplied the company that sold you the upper control arms to find out if they are one of our authorized vendors. So I asked the question, and Transamerica is the company who supplied the control arms to whichever company it is that I bought them from. And well, they are indeed an authorized vendor, so they now need to contact SPC to get my control arms replaced. So I'm waiting to hear back from that. That was last week. It's Easter weekend. Happy Easter for anyone here. So now I'm just waiting to hear back from that. So how did I end up with the SPC control arms? Well, just before COVID hit, like literally just before COVID hit, the very first week of March 2020, I took delivery of full suspension upgrade for my 2018 Tacoma. I wish it was a 2021, it'd have some more features. But anyway, for my 2018 Tacoma, so I received Bilstein 6112 shocks with spacers and all that stuff that I needed for the diff drop, the sway bar drop, as well as I received 5125 Bilstein rear shocks, Icon, vehicle dynamics out of leaf package, and what else did I get? Right, I received new upper control arms to replace the factory ones. So if you haven't seen them before, factory control arms on a Tacoma, they don't really allow for much play, right? There's not much going on here. These look quite cruddy because I've had my vehicle undercoated a couple years, and well, our municipality loves salt. More salt means less plows. So yeah, we try to get that done. So these are the factory ones, and there's not much play in these ones. So I upgraded these ones right here to these Pro Comps, right? Great, reinforced place here for your brake lines and all that stuff. They do have Zerks fittings, which was the first thing I didn't like. They are right there, right on the bottom. The Zerks fittings are on the bottom. So only way to actually properly grease and lube these bushings is to try to find some sort of an adapter to hit those. So that was a bit of the pain in the butt. I would even jack up the truck and try to get in there and lubricate these. But the second thing that I ran into a problem with is the fact that it's a uniball, right? So with the uniball, I guess they're not recommended for northern climates as much, because corrosion and moisture and all that stuff can get inside the uniball and it can cause some rust. So I started getting some noise out of them last fall in on the uniball. I'm just going to rotate it around here, and you can see that I did develop some rust on there. So the best way to solve this problem would be to completely remove the uniball, and I guess you can buy a kit from Icon and buy a delta joint, which wouldn't be the uniball. It'd be something that would take, I'm hoping would take the salt erosion corrosion a little bit better. But I figured the delta joint replacement kit was $500. So instead of doing all the work to get these off, and if you've ever done upper control arms on your truck, you know, especially on the Tacomas, I don't know if the 400s is the same, but if you've done the upper control arms, you know you're paying the butt, because there's a bolt that runs the full length, right straight across the two of those suckers right through the top to do. And that bolt is that long. So when you first take it out, you have the pinch welds, you have to push it back through the engine bay, or as I was told by the Toyota techs how they do it, cut it off. You cut it off, you push it back towards the firewall, you cut the head off, you push it back towards the firewall, and then you replace it. I think they're about $20 each. So I wish I chose that route, but I didn't. So move the pinch welds back, force this sucker out through the engine bay. Passenger side isn't as bad as the driver's side, but the driver's side, you have your battery tray there. So that's a lot more metal to try to negotiate this through. But then when you put it back in, you thread this through from the firewall side through the top mounts, and then it works out a lot better. So anyway, back to the story. So I didn't feel that I wanted to replace the uniballs on the Pro Comps with the delta joints, because I was going to have to do all that work anyway to get these out, remove the snap ring, press these uniballs out, put the delta joints in, and I'm still spending $500. So I decided, all right, let's go with the SPCs, because they have a sealed ball joint. It's $400 more, but if I ever need to take them off, it's just going to be the ball joint. So I thought, we're 4 months in, right? We're right now, we're April 18th. They went on my truck right around December 20th, maybe right around now, right? In December, right here in the garage with my buddy helping, who is a mechanic, by the way. So anyway, we did that. We got them on. In January, I lost a thermostat in my truck. So for almost a full month, the truck sat here. Well, not here, at the local Toyota dealership, because it had no thermostat. The thermostat was stuck open, so the truck wouldn't warm up. Okay? So for a full month, the truck sat there. It sucked, by the way. Pedal Toyota hooked me up. They gave me a courtesy car. They didn't have to. My truck is out of warranty, but they hooked me up with a courtesy car. Mark, you're the bomb for that. But I didn't have my truck with my brand new snow tires and everything on it during the worst snow that we had. Like literally the first day after my truck went down, I think we got 30 centimeters of snow. But what do? I had a car to drive. Let me tell you, I saved a lot of money on gas that month. But regardless, I didn't have my truck. Anyway, back to the control arms, SPCs. So the SPCs didn't get used that whole time. They were just sitting there. So I got my truck back in February. I still wasn't impressed. There was still something going on there. So warmed up in February. We changed the needle bearing. So I had already ordered from UCAs the complete needle bearing replacement kit. All the tools, all that stuff. I already had it literally sitting here on my workbench because I knew it was gonna go. The truck's been lifted for 2 years. It's been on 33s for a year. I knew it was gonna go. So I just said late last summer, I'm ordering everything to do it. So in February, we replaced it. The truck felt confident, we're good to go. So I went out on 1, maybe 2. All right, let's go with 3 trips, but they were literally down logging roads. They weren't down rock-filled paths. I wasn't rock climbing and stuff. Let's face it, it's February, March in Ontario. We had about 5 feet of snow on the ground. So I wasn't rock climbing. I was on logging roads and places like that. Was I driving through deep snow? Absolutely. But if a set of control arms can't drive through deep snow, there's a problem, right? So anyway, so now my truck is still knocking. Can't figure out what's going on. So that's when I brought it in to get the control arms replaced. Or sorry, the wheel alignment done, because I had a new set, a 1552, I want to call them Turbomac, I think, rims. So I put those on, and I was getting the wheel alignment done. But the dealer or the garage told me that they're not going to perform the wheel alignment because my suspension, there's something going on with the control arms that was not fishy, and the tie rod. So last Friday, I replaced the inner and outer tie rod on the driver's side with new parts that I received from Rock Auto. Thursday, sorry, I had the day off. It felt like a Friday. So that's all done. Truck is driving great, but when the vehicle is not, when there's no weight on the front tires or when they're off the ground, the control arms are shaking like crazy. So I don't know what's causing that. I'm very annoyed by it. So hopefully I'm gonna have an email within the next day or two from whoever freaking bought these things on Amazon and then sold them to me, that tell me that they've got it under control and they're going to send me all the parts. Because SPC's alternative on a product that's 4 months old was they gave me the number to the local parts store and they told me to go and order them myself and pay for them. They're freaking 4 months old. The box is sitting here, as you can see, on the floor behind me. 4 months old, right? Go buy the parts yourself. No, that's not on. Freaking, you're selling the product, honor your warranty. It doesn't matter which Bob, Dom, Dick, and Harry bought the darn things. Honor your product. Okay? So, anyway, that's my rant. Hoping to get the truck fixed soon because I want to hit up some of these overland events coming up. I want to do some trail rides. I want to get out there and start producing some content for the YouTube channel because I've got the drone. I'm looking at you right now on my mini DJI mini gimbal and all that stuff. I got the GoPros. I want to get out there, start shooting some awesome stuff. There is a waterfall run coming up with the Bancroft Overlanders Club. I want to become a member of that because that sounds like a great time. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you want to put good parts on my truck, really feel free to reach out because I just want to drive the darn thing and not to the grocery store. All right. So have a great week. It's Easter Monday. Happy Easter. Let's get this shit sorted out so we can go out and have some fun. Thanks for watching.